Marco is in his mid-20s. He recently got into films and watched all the movies by Tarantino, Scorsese, Fincher and Nolan within the last 2 months. When he saw the people obsessing over the new Spider-Man film, this got him furious. Marvel is not cinema. These people are brain dead. They don't even know what cinema even is. These are all newbies. I'm so much better than them. But Marco forgot about his childhood days when he used to obsess over Spider-Man, X-Men and other comic book characters. He forgot about how the world of cinema doesn't revolve around him and there are still teenagers out there in this world who needs their Tom Holland just like his Tobey Maguire.
I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye.
Sadly, we have a lot of people like Marco who believe that Marvel is ruining cinema, but I think the otherwise.
You serious?
Here's my perspective on how Marvel is actually saving cinema.
Pizza time.
The French word for movie theater is called cinema, and a movie is best enjoyed at a cinema. But times are changing. With all the new streaming services becoming more and more of a household name, the cinema, which has been the key essence of a film viewing experience, has slowly started to die, with more and more producers pushing the movie to release on streaming services rather than choosing for a theatrical one. There are no reasonable motives for independent cinema halls to flourish. But there is one franchise who is still pushing for theatrical releases, bringing people back to this cinema, and that is Marvel. Let me tell you, as a person whose favorite thing to do in this whole entire world is to go to movies, you have no idea how thankful I am for Marvel to save these theaters from closing down. Theaters need Marvel films to flourish because they can't generate a revenue if people don't come and buy tickets to watch a movie.
One, please.
And I know many of you must be thinking the only reason these low to mid-budget films are choosing streaming service release rather than theatrical one because Marvel is eating up theaters. True. Very true, I agree with you 100%. But you need to understand that Marvel is only able to eat up these theaters because that's what people want to watch these days. An average moviegoer who is not a film buff like Marvel films because they don't necessarily go to movies to form a connection or to see the struggles the protagonist faces that resembles their own. They go to movies to escape from these struggles and just have a good time and forget how depressing their own lives are. That's what majority of the people are, and that's what it always has been, which made people go to the movies in the first place. Marvel movies are a great way of escapism for people where they just want to be a part of an alternative world where there are superheroes. That's what people grew up with. We all grew up with animated series based off comic books, Power Rangers, anime, Harry Potter, Jurassic Park and whatnot. And to see those things come to life on a big screen is obviously what gets people excited all over again. And I know you all are thinking right now, well, Addy, don't you think Marvel is capitalizing on the concept of nostalgia? Yes, again, you are absolutely correct on your part. But why Marvel movie works is because they have been consistent with their work now for over a decade. Viewers are not stupid that they would watch any garbage that based off their nostalgia. Marvel works because the films are well made and well thought of. You can't just establish the world's strongest fan base by just delivering mediocre crap. And majority of these fan bases consist of the youth. A youth's natural movie choice is not necessarily The Irishman. They would much rather want to watch the Avengers save the world rather than Italian mafias shoot each other. I'm talking about majority here. I know you are about to tell, well, I prefer Italian mafias over rusty Iron Man. I know you do, bro, but there was a time where you would have picked Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man over Leonardo DiCaprio's Departed. I would have done that too as a teenager, but now I'd rather pick an A24 film over a Marvel movie.
Holy shit, I'm gonna come.
But I just didn't get into films by starting with A24's or a Denis Villeneuve film. I started with Marvel and Disney movies just like any other kid. In fact, the first film I watched at the cinemas was Finding Nemo.
Just keep swimming, just keep swimming.
You see, these Marvel films are just a stepping stone for a person to get into the world of real cinema. I can't make my 16-year-old brother watch No Country for Old Men and expect him to get into movies. That's not how this works. That's why I think the existence of Marvel films is very important in today's world, where the short form of content on social media is taking over and people slowly forgetting about long form of storytelling that we call films. Marvel is making people go to theaters to watch their films. And I can't watch Dune if there are no theaters left, and there won't be any theaters left if Marvel movies don't come out on interval basis.
Shang-Chi.
These lockdowns stopped people from going to theaters, and these lockdowns will keep on happening in future with a new variant coming out every year like it's an iPhone. But the only hope for these cinemas to exist are the Marvel movies. And if a Marvel movie is what it takes for me to being able to watch a Tarantino film in theaters years from now, then I'm all up for it, to be honest.
Embarrass yourself like that in front of all those goddamn people.
And I get it where these art directors are coming from when they criticize Marvel movies, and I genuinely relate to it because I'm a creator myself.
The value of a film that's like a theme park film, for example, the Marvel type pictures, where the theaters become amusement parks, that's a different experience. And it's not even, I was saying earlier, it's not cinema, it's something else.
Like, let me explain it through my example. I generally am not a fan of MrBeast content. I don't think that's art or what YouTube was originally for. For me, YouTube was all about authenticity. He makes content for algorithm and whatever will get him the most views. He's making these big budget videos by throwing in lots of money in order to get millions of viewers. Compared to him, there's no chance my video can ever do well on this platform. But on the other hand, I'm thankful that MrBeast exists. I genuinely am very happy that he chooses to post his videos on YouTube. His videos are such a big reason why the youth open these apps in the first place. Because these other apps are all fighting for viewer attention. They give out multi-million-dollar deals to creators to post on their platform so that they can get more active users. That's why I'm thankful that because of MrBeast, a kid will open YouTube one day looking for more genre of content and stumble across mine. Because to be honest, I would have never stumbled across Martin Scorsese's Silence if I never saw Andrew Garfield as my Spider-Man.